George, it's estimated that at the turn of the 20th century, people slept on average 9 hours per night, and at the turn of the 21st century, that had fallen to about 7.5 hours per night.
Electricity had something to do with it, obviously.
Could well have done. I'm not sure that the human body has changed that much that its need for sleep has suddenly gone down by an hour and a half in 100 years.
Look, I think 8 hours is ideal for me. I noticed that I function really well. 7 hours is probably the absolute minimum, and even then I feel like I'm on the edge of not enough.
Yeah.
But if I go 6 hours sleep for a bit too long, just even if I'm passionate about what I'm doing and I'm staying up late because I like what I'm doing, it catches up to me. I get out of my flow, it affects me mentally, but what other damage is being done?
The importance of sleep is really not appreciated by a lot of people. We see sleep as optional. If people are thirsty, they won't think, well, I'll just refuse to drink some water. Unless you're on a hunger strike for various reasons, people don't refuse to eat when they're hungry, but we tend to think sleep, oh, I'm tired, it doesn't matter. I've got more important things to do. When people haven't slept for 20 hours, your reflexes and coordination is about the equivalent of being 0.05. So you're not allowed to drive a car with that, not meant to operate machinery, but people go about their business. Wow. And it's sort of subtle because you don't even really know. We know that lack of sleep is associated, and I want to say doesn't cause, but is associated with higher rates of obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease and high blood pressure, and possibly some other illnesses as well. When you think about it, if you're tired in the morning, you wake up, what are you going to do? You're going to go to Munchies for something sweet because you're hungry. So we'll see how that works. If if you wake up and you haven't had enough sleep and you're stressed, that'll push your blood pressure up. Put all those things together, sure, it may increase your chances of a heart attack. Your immune system will be affected. There's an important thing to understand about sleep, is that when we're asleep, all of the body is in some respects continuing to work. So your heart still pumps, your lungs still breathe, your kidney still works. Your conscious mind is switched off. And the brain is thought to do a bit of a clean out and the storage. And look, to be fair, nobody really exactly understands it. When you hear people say, I get away with, 5 hours or 5.5 hours or something, the key words in that is get away with.
We've got a very bad attitude about the quality of that part of our lives. And look, I've got to be honest, my wife, Sabina, is like a broken down record player around sleeping. Also, is there any relevance about sleeping before midnight or 11? Like, is there anything to do with chemicals in the body and our natural biological... There's
a lot of talk about that. You know what? The body itself doesn't tell time. And, the lion in the jungle sleeps when it's tired. Same with your pet dog. Really, it is a nonsense because you think about it. At midnight somewhere, it's not midnight somewhere else. So the body needs to sleep. Mean that they're better off going to bed earlier and getting up earlier. Yeah. I'm not one of those people. I tend to go a bit later and prefer to get up later.
Me too.
It's so long as you've got the right amount of sleep. If you're a morning person, you like to do things in the morning, fine, that's your schedule. If you're a night person, you prefer to do things at night, fine. The body doesn't suddenly think when you're asleep, oh, it's midnight, I'm not going to sleep so well now. Not like that.
Well, let me tell you, I got to a stage where I actually started to feel off and a bit sick, right? So when I was exploring what was going on, all these issues became apparently relevant to I should be taking this and doing this. And then the one thing that suddenly popped was, am I sleeping enough? And it dawned on me that all these other issues would wash if I just slept enough. So the moment I did, I accepted a curfew for a specific time, slept at 11, and it was like, no, this is a goal. I'm going to sleep at 11. And then you're not going to believe this, but my entire body corrected. Yeah. I got back into my confidence, my flow, and I'm thinking, just that one thing, sleep, made that much of a difference.
Look, it's worth saying that the body, you can catch up sleep. So if you've had a few nights when you haven't slept, life gets in the way.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Sure.
People wear busyness as a badge of honour. So if you don't get enough sleep, it's almost like I'm busy. That means I must be important. And look, I'm not making any criticism of
But
anybody.
you're
But that's
right.
the way we tend to see it. So not sleeping is a proxy for I'm important. I'm so important. I don't have the time to sleep. You know what? You do have the time to sleep, and if you do sleep, you actually get more done because you're more productive because your brain isn't in a fog. Now, I think what we should do in a subsequent video is actually talk about some of the things that people can do to help their sleep pattern.
Ah, great idea. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like Healthy Minded, please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and share with your friends. Please put comments below whether you agree, disagree, if you've got topics you'd like for the future. And until next time, stay healthy minded.